All right, Coach, thank you. There's a look at New Era Field here in Orchard Park, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
No. Check. Patriot.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Buying time to his left. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. It's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Detroit! Hey. 4 down. All right, here we go. Green 39. Black 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
They run with Ajayi. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back to throw here. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Over!
Now Allen to throw. Going to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's got some space here. And that's caught by Beasley. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. No. Check. Patriot. Check. Hey, check. Mike. Detroit.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. This is caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're...
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Hauschka with the extra point. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30. the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. 23 yards on the play. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch 89.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Wide open receiver complete. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A big play here for the Bills. And even 50 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Mike's 50, Mike. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Come on, D. Watch it now, Barney. Kill. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
I got you. Detroit! Hot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the step.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And McDonald here over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bills have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Over, 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 over. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Over.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
And again, it's Allen. He gets Beasley right side. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. Sutton now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Here we go now. 3, 19.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. 43 is the mic. Check pass, check pass.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. He got 29 yards that time.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Green 39. Green 39.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping We're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Mike 55. Mike 55. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
On second down, here's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
All right, now, lucky 56.
On third and long, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Detroit! Set! Blue now!
They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent. And they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Flushed out right. Incomplete.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front, because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Looking to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. Well, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
4 down, 4 down. Back. Watch him now, Barney. Gun. Motion.
Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
3 down.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills getting set to go. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Let's get out of there.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Mike's 49.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
No. Check.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Guys, Mike, 49. Here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. Going deep for Moncrief. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Gun! Over! Gun!
Allen will try again on second down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
No. Check. Patriot. It's just me and you.
Throwing is Allen on third. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be fourth down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Quarter. Tight right. Set. Blue 30. Hey, I got him. That's me.
A first throw now for the backup Roethlisberger. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Ready? White 80. Hey. We got to stand up over there. Motion. Monday. 43's the mic, boys.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
Here we go.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
11 more on that one, and another first down. Big Ben, not the most agile quarterback in NFL history, but he can use those legs when he needs to.
He really can, and I think it starts with him taking contact and shedding people trying to get him on the ground. That's when he becomes the most elusive.
Yeah, something he honed back at the University of Miami in Ohio.
Yeah, and they didn't get him down in the MAC. It's hard to get him down in the NFL.
They go play action here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Set. Black 80. You good? He coming across. Squirrel.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. 3rd down here.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Set. Black 80.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
It's caught. Jones. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Check safety, check safety.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Easy work. It's easy work.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
I got wide.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Now Allen again. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it. Could not hold on through the end of the play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney. Detroit!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
Check 43.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
AB! Set! Blue 30!
Watch 7.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Gets around him, completes it to Moncrief left side. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
10th carry now for McCoy. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Stop your whining.
Gun!
Kill.
Now McCoy. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over, 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 over.
From the gun, it's Allen. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's third and 18. They need something big.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. I got you, son.
Leopard.
Operating from the gun, Allen. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Let's go.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 24. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Shaq Lawson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Drops it off to Ajayi. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll lead here to a third down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off near his own 48.
Well, you're trailing. It's the fourth quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now Allen. And this is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Allen again here on second and 10. Looking downfield for Joe. And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. LaShawn McCoy, his second touchdown of the night. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. From the gun, Allen. And that is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that ends, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They were making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
43, Snickers.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 49. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Watch it now, Barney.
Deuce.
Gun.
50. Mike 50.
No. Check. Patriot.
Let you play. I can't believe
And Allen is actually going to throw it here.
Check.
He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 5. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bills, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.